By elementary school, Bruno was doing 6 nights a week with the Love Notes. Then, when Bruno was 10 or 11, his parents split. The family show was over, but Bruno found lots of other gigs. When he was 14, he wowed tourists with a Michael Jackson impersonation. Bruno raked in $200 a show 5 nights a week. He was making way more than his teachers. 2 years later, Bruno was booked to be the opening act for a magic show. Night after night, he performed background music while tourists ate dinner. He also was in charge of warming up the crowd. He had to say cheesy things like, "Hey, hey, hey, aloha, make some noise, all right?" Impersonation. A kind of act where the goal is to copy a famous performer as closely as possible. Bruno, far left, did a killer impersonation of pop superstar Michael Jackson, left, in his early teens. "I was a circus freak," he later told interviewer Ryan Seacrest. Bruno knew there had to be a better way to do what he loved. A lucky fail? Hoping to make it for real in the music biz, Bruno made a demo to send to his sister who lived in Los Angeles. She had a contact at Motown Records who'd listen to it. Later, Bruno would joke that he sounded like Alvin the Chipmunk on that CD. But the bosses at Motown saw something special. Right after high school, Bruno moved to LA to become a star. But things just didn't click in LA. Bruno didn't know where to start or where to go. Motown dropped him a year later. "I was too young," Bruno told interviewer Piers Morgan. "I had so much to learn about recording." Looking back, Bruno says that his fail wasn't actually a fail at all. Instead, it was a lucky break. It gave him the chance to grow as an artist. When success came, Bruno was ready for it. Bruno in high school. Demo. A sample of music an artist puts together to impress a recording company. Chapter 2. Making It. Bruno, right, credits Philip Lawrence, far left, and Ari Levine, center, with helping him make it. As it turned out, success wouldn't come for quite a while. For the next several years, Bruno was flat broke. He did whatever he could just to stay in LA. At one point, he sold just about everything he owned, including his drums and guitar. He skipped breakfast to pay for lunch. He played in skeevy bars to 10 or 20 people. Bruno got turned down by one recording label after another. They didn't understand his music or the color of his skin. Bruno told the Los Angeles Times, "You wouldn't believe how many label presidents I've heard say, 'Bruno doesn't have what it takes. We don't know how to market him, and we don't know what kind of music he does. You know, who's this beige-looking kid with curly hair? We can't figure him out.'" Market. To promote or sell. Hathead. In high school, Bruno had a huge afro. When he chopped it off, his head felt small, so he started wearing hats. His favorite is a classic brimmed hat with a feather on the side. How many hats does Bruno own? Just 6 or so.
We are going to pause here. You're going to answer on the next slide. What kind of challenges did Bruno run into when he first started his career?